Sure.
Sir. But yeah, man. Oh man, let me get the introduction out of the way. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ola Chi-lahdeee. This is the Evolutionary Minds Community Mastermind. Last one on credit repair for the month of January. This is somebody that is very surgical with this credit game. My brother here is a credit ninja, sniper, or whatever you want to call it, and all positive accolades. My brother Jamal Johnson, aka the Credit Protector, is in the building to break down today's mastermind to get us to that level that we need to be to not only A, protect the credit that we already established, B, build the credit that we want, or three, create the opportunity that we need. And yes, I said AB3. I know what I'm doing, don't correct me. The idea is all the same, and it is what it is. We have to be able to create the opportunity over and over and over again, so this way we can understand how to really put these I would like to say options in play, or blessings, or how else people want to call it, whatever people call this opportunity of credit and leveraging credit, we have to put it to play. And this is how we're going to be able to do so, by sharpening that blade. More, my brother, it's 6:05. Let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that introduction, Ola, man. My name, like he said, my name is Jamal Johnson. Online, I go by the Credit Protector. I've been in the credit space since 2018. And unlike a lot of the other people who jumped into space and they saw it as a money opportunity, I jumped into this credit space because they killed me, basically. That's literally what happened. So they just deaded me off. They got me up out the way. But I came back to life. You know what I mean? So now I'm here. So if y'all don't, a little bit more
Jesus of
about that,
credit.
right?
Change
Right.
your name, the
The
Jesus
Jesus
of
of credit
credit,
out here.
the Issa,
Resurrected.
the Issa of credit.
Right. So what happened was in 2018, I had like a 680 or whatever. And like most people back then, I didn't know about credit. And what happened was I logged on to Credit Karma and I got an error. And it said, we don't have enough information about you to give you a credit score. Like it literally just was nothing was there. Mind you, at that time I had my own spot, own car, everything in my name. So I'm like, how is it possible to not have any credit whatsoever, even though I got credit? I got all this stuff in my name. Turns out they decided to mark me as deceased. So after being marked as deceased, I went crazy. Like I spent the next 8 months figuring out what credit was, who the hell killed me. I still to this day don't know who took me out. To this day, no idea. But from that, it just I became obsessive with it. And within a year, I went from being dead to coming back to life to having an 815 credit score, right? And from that point on, I just dug deep into how is this possible, who's controlling it, and understanding the back end. Because imagine you living your life, you doing everything you're supposed to do, or you trying to get yourself together, and they just literally knock you off, literally just take you out. Your whole credit profile, everything disappear. You can't get a car, you can't get a home, you can't get a cell phone. Like we just talking about getting a cell phone. You mark deceased, you can't get a cell phone when you dead. They not going to give it to you. I know, I tried. I tried. No bull. So that's what happened, right? And so my whole goal was to just really teach people not only how to use their credit, but you got to protect it. At that point, I was like, man, if this can happen to me, this can happen to anybody. So it recently has evolved to be me understanding even more so consumer law, right? And if y'all can hear me, just do me a favor, just drop a one in the chat. Also, this is my first time really tapping in with the community. Y'all let me know where y'all from. Let me know where y'all from in the chat. Would love to learn more about y'all. You know what I mean? So that way I can cater this also to where y'all are at. Bronx in the building. Okay, Big BX in the building. Houston, H-Town, I see you. Look, H-Town about to be the new Atlanta for real. H-Town in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I got to get back to H-Town, man. Like, I still haven't been there. I've been to Dallas. It's cool, but I heard H-Town, where is that? BX. Yeah, I've been there. Listen, I'm not from there, so I ain't stay too long. You know what I mean? I know how the BX get down. You feel me? So I ain't stay too long. You feel? I was like, skedaddle out that joint. You feel me? We was in I was in Queens. Where we go? My man stayed in Queens, so then we went to the BX, somewhere else, 125th, some other places. I can't remember everything, right? But nah,
Listen, you safe
shout out
there.
to
You heard?
y'all.
You know the right people. You anytime you want to go there, you safe there. You heard? You know the right people.
Absolutely. You know what I
Just
mean? That
understand that.
listen, that's how I go. Cause I fuck around and just be like, where the local spots at? That's what I like. I like going to the local spots. Everything don't gotta be uppity. You feel me? Like, where the real chopped cheese at? I ain't trying to be like my man Keith Leaf. They just send them off to some little chopped cheese, salmon chopped cheese. Ain't nobody eating that.
Fact though.
Right. Listen, H-Town, I'm coming through. Listen, I'm gonna make the announcement too. Y'all gotta make sure y'all show me around. So look, this is what we're gonna talk about regarding credit. But let me start with this. H-Town in the building, New York in the building. Have y'all heard of this phrase floating around online, consumer law? Have y'all heard people say that? Drop a yes if you heard people talking about consumer law. If you use consumer law, if you're pretty familiar with it, just drop a yes for me or why. Bet. Cool. Now with consumer law, I see a couple of people are familiar with it. Absolutely. Teresa got the big yes. I see that. Yes, sir. Um, have y'all only heard about it from the standpoint of fixing your credit? Let me know. Have you only heard of like the FCRA or debt collection? Y'all familiar with that? Word. Okay. Now, what if I told you that it was deeper than that? What if I told you consumer law can help you lower your bills? Would y'all believe me if I told you that? Would y'all believe me if I told you that consumer law could help you get a bill zeroed out? Would you believe me? Ola said, no, I respect it. Okay, Teresa said, okay, pigs fly, teachers now. That's real New York shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? What if I told you it can help you lower, right? What if I told you that it can help you lower even like your car note, lower the interest that you're paying on your bills right now? Would y'all believe me? Would y'all be like, oh, and listen, I'm not about to hit you with the fluff, right? I'm not about to hit you with no crazy fluff. I'm not about to send you on a wild goose chase. I'm gonna keep things as simple and straight to the point as humanly possible. I'm gonna give you the law. I'm even gonna throw in how to take the law and put it into ChatGPT so ChatGPT can write the correspondence for you. Because that's the thing. Right. Everything is administrative, everything is paperwork, right? So we're gonna go through that. And it gets a lot deeper than what I'm talking about. But these things are things that you can do to just handle those everyday, day-to-day type of situations. If you got something else where, let's say, someone's bringing up a lawsuit against you or it's causing you even more emotional and mental damage, we can always talk about something a little deeper later, right? But let me start off with this. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me do this. Oh, am I co-host, Ola? Bet. Oh, let me see. Screen share, Google. Is this the right Google? Oh. Can y'all see this right here? Can y'all see this? Drop a one in the chat if you can see my screen. Drop a one if you can see my screen. Bet. All right. So y'all see this, right? Y'all see what this say, right? Y'all see what this say, right? Mr. Johnson, I'm sure, Experian, okay? I am in the middle of a lawsuit with a bank and the three bureaus. As you can see, Johnson versus SoFi, Experian Records, okay? So we already in the middle of the thing, right? So when you exercise your rights, and that's why administrative processes these things, no one's going to show you the full process because that's exactly what it is. It's a process. It's not no one and done. It's not overnight. I've been dealing with SoFi for like 7 months, and I finally decided to sue them. It took them 30 days just to respond to me, right? So when I'm talking about this, I'm not even trying to sell y'all nothing right now. If y'all really want some results, y'all really trying to get something done, holla at me. Because I've been talking about this for a minute, all I remember. But you see here, right? Look, Experian would be willing to settle for $500 and suppress the trade line. I'm not making nothing up. This their attorney. This is my email dated January 19th, 2024. Today is the 21st, 2 days ago, y'all. I'm not like, there's not no pie in the sky, all that. Nah, real life. I'm in the middle of this, right? So this is what happens when you invoke your rights. 500, this is just the initial offer. This is always negotiable. You see this 500, definitely going to need more than 500. Definitely going to need more than 500. A temporary suppression, definitely going to need that suppression to be permanent, right? But I just want to start off here so y'all know that this not no foo-foo whatever. When you send that lawsuit in, when you send that paperwork in, they are going to respond. And they want to settle quick because one, you ain't gonna get to this point until you already know you followed, you did the things you were supposed to do. That they look bad. They look bad already, right? So let me talk about something called usury laws. Okay, what are usury laws? Exactly. Verbiage is key. Understanding your rights is just key. So this is something that anybody can use. Usury laws. Drop a one in the chat for me if you ever heard of usury law, if you know what that is. Drop a one in the chat if you're familiar with usury law. Right. Cool. So if no one no one else is familiar with usury law is how much a company can charge you in interest. I'm going to say it again. How much a company can charge you in interest. This is how much, what's the highest interest you can pay on a credit card? What's the highest interest you can pay on an auto loan? What's the highest interest you could pay on your home loan? What's the highest interest you could pay on an auto loan, a cash advance, a title loan? Any loan that you get, they all have interest. Every single state has a cap of how much they're supposed to charge you. So when I mentioned lowering your interest rates, some of us are paying too much in interest and we don't even know it, especially if your credit score isn't exactly where you need it to be. And this isn't just information for you. I want everyone to take this information and think like, who else do I know that can benefit from this? Okay. Don't hog this information just for yourself. Always keep in mind that other people that you know do not know this. 90% of the people don't know this. Because I saw 2 people say they dropped the one in the chat that they're aware. That means 4 other people are unaware of usury law. So how can you use this to your advantage, right? I saw Texas, I saw New York. So let's check it out, right? Let's do N is before T, right? Yeah, I'm not that, I'm smart, but All right, so let's see, right? Boom. In New York, overall, the general limit is 16%. So right now, if anybody paying more than 16%, that company is in violation of the law, point blank period. It don't even matter. On a usury law, you charge me way too much, I'm going to sue that ass. That's it. That's all. We're done in the conversation. Right? Legal interest rate, 9%. Judgment rate, nothing. Okay? So right here, it tells you the cap. Okay? And this is not hard to find. You can literally just go to Google, type in state interest rate. Right. You know, listen, I'm not going to take nobody else's tagline as, you know what I mean? One of the guys, he's a good brother. You know what I mean? So I'm in Maryland, right? Now, Maryland crazy. They go up to 24%. Judgments say 10%. Legal interest is 6%. Have y'all seen any of these credit cards? They talking about, oh, we're going to charge you a penalty interest rate of 29.99%. I was working with a client who wanted to get funding. Their interest rate was 30.64%. 30% interest on a credit card. That's
Criminal.
crazy,
This shit
right?
criminal as shit.
Criminal. No, literally, based on this list, it's literally criminal.
Hey,
Exactly.
what's
Maryland
Florida?
killing.
What's Florida real quick?
Florida,
Show me Florida.
let's see.
My boy F.
You're right. You're right. See, 18%, 2% is a legal interest rate. On loans
Oh, I gotta
above 5, then you can get real specific, right? Because it changes. And this is why one of the reasons you don't see anybody tell you step by step, because when you're dealing with the law, there's a lot of things in between. It's never a straight line. It's okay, what type of loan is it? How old is the loan? When did you get it? What interest rate do you have? There's a lot of particulars that we would need to go through before we can truly determine, okay, is this a violation of your rights? Where's the law actually broken in this exact situation? Because this is broken down by state, but even when you go to that state, each state is going to break it down based on the type of product that you have. Okay, so keep that in mind, and that's why people can't give you the direct action steps, because there's a lot of things, a lot of background work that go into it. But you see here, Florida, 500,000, the maximum rate you can get charged is 25%. 25% is still smack you in the face if you got a 500,000 anything, any $500,000 loan, 25% crazy, right? Texas, let's see. Boom. That's right. Texas in the building, H-Town. Hold up. Did I pass it? Texas, 6%. We looking at 6%. We looking at 18% if you got a judgment against you. And it say right here, interest does not begin until 30 days after an account was due. So somebody is charging you interest before you were 30 days late. Sound like you might have a little situation on your hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you it's illegal or that you should sue them, but it's worth looking into. Go through your records. If people are charging interest and you're not 30 days late, if you're not on day 31, they probably ain't supposed to be charging you interest. Okay, so instantly, this is how you can start saving money on any bill that you have, because just about every bill is charging you interest. Any loan you got, any credit card, that's it. Credit cards charge you interest too. There's a usury covers everything. You can say usury law. Look, we talking about actionable steps. I'm all about the action right now. Usury law, state, credit cards. That's it. And I'm giving y'all this information like this because I want y'all to be able to fish, right? I want you to be able to fish for yourself. Okay, so it comes up, right? You'll be able to see. But even with credit cards, normally the highest interest rate, I just know this off the top of my head because credit protector, credit is what I do. I help people get funded using credit. So it's absolutely important to know this, right? So exactly, more money in your pocket. If you got a car right now and they charge you 18% interest, they probably breaking the law. There's a law somewhere where you're not supposed to be getting charged 18% on goddamn $60,000. I guarantee that. Credit cards, 30%. If they charge you more than 30%, it's illegal. It's illegal. And they do this because they don't teach us this. They don't teach us this. They don't teach us this because if we were taught this, they wouldn't be able to get over on us. This is This is the other part of financial literacy, right? When we talk about it, getting money is cool. Let's get the money. Let's continue to get the money, but also let's know how to protect ourselves and protect our money so we can keep more of the money. Too much of our money is being wasted in these things because we're being taken advantage of because we just didn't know. But now that y'all know, you can use this information to your advantage. Exactly. Insure the bag, figuratively and literally. Get that insurance. Okay. Don't let people take advantage of it. Exactly. Exactly. They're always gonna listen. This an old thing, right? When experience, when experience first meets money, no, when ignorance meets, what is it? When experience meets money. Normally, the experience gets the money and the person with the experience loses the money, right? So now y'all got this information, y'all can start getting the money because you got the experience and you're no longer ignorant. I'm gonna cover that too. Don't worry. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. We definitely gonna cover that and how that helps. Absolutely. The SCRA. Absolutely. That puts a cap on the amount of interest that service people can be charged. Active duty members can be charged on their loans. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Right? So boom, we talked about that, usury laws. Next thing I want to talk to y'all about is the Fair Credit Billing Act. Anybody here ever had a bill that was wrong? DirecTV, T-Mobile, Verizon, Comcast, Xfinity. Anybody ever had an issue with their bill not being right? Anybody? Just drop a 1 in the chat if your bill ever been wrong ever for anything. Let me know. Oh, y'all bill's always correct 100% of the time? That's what's up. I've never.
Never. See, let me jump in real quick, bro. You know what's
Yeah,
crazy? Is a lot of us
yeah,
don't even know that 90% of the time our bills are incomplete and are inaccurate. Not incomplete, excuse me. They're not really to the point, and they're not really, you're not being charged correctly 90% of the time. It's just
facts.
we don't understand it or see it because we see the sale and we don't pay attention to all those subjects that they keep on hitting us with. Like literally, there's a connection fee. Like just talking about a cell phone, there's a tower
Mm-hmm.
fee, but then that tower fee has an actual national cost that each state, literally 15 of the southern states will have one tower fee cost. The northern states will have a different tower fee cost. And people don't even know to that degree that we are being overpriced for the things that we don't even know being charged for. So that's something that I think we all need to pay attention to, especially when you're talking about something this that literally puts the accuracy in everything. My fault, bro.
Exactly. No, no, no. That's perfect though, because guess what? It's all about connecting these little bits of information and turning it into an actionable step. Because that was my thing. I would hear all these people, all these gurus. I am not a guru, by the way. I am a credit protector. I make sure my credit good, your credit good, and we stay protected. You know what I'm saying? Physically, spiritually, emotionally, all that shit. So knowing what Ola just said, that means there's always an error in your bill. Always. There's always something wrong in your bill. Okay. Now, what are some of the most important things in this particular act that I want to talk about? Okay. Here are, let's see if this has it. Well, I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell you off the top of my head because I know them, right? Under the Fair Credit Billing Act, when you receive a bill, you have 60 days. That's 2 months to dispute it. Today is January. So in January, you can dispute a bill in November. Once you learn this information, you go back to that November bill and you see that there was a slight fluctuation in that bill and they charge you an extra $5. And you're like, what the hell? Why y'all charging me an extra $5? What's going on? You can submit a dispute for that bill, right? When you submit the dispute, is some important things here. One, you will want to properly do a billing error dispute. I'm gonna give y'all the actual sauce. So y'all go ahead and write this down. Y'all want the actionable steps? I'm gonna tell you the actionable steps. The first thing you're gonna do is on your bill, there's always a section of the bill that tells you how you can dispute the bill. So download the PDF, or if you got the physical paper, flip it over on the back, deep down. There's an area that tells you exactly how to dispute this bill. And this is for any bill that you get. Don't matter the bill. Pick a bill. Someone put in the joint right now a bill that they got to pay that's coming up. I got a credit card bill going. Actually, I paid a credit card bill today. Y'all let me know what bill y'all got coming up. It's cool. It's a safe space. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I paid a credit card bill today myself. K-Jeweler bill, okay. Right? So let's say you looked at it and you're like, wait a minute, this interest rate a little too crazy for me right now. This interest rate don't look like it's right. Because I just learned from Maul that with the usury, they're not charging me the right interest rate. The interest rate a little too high for me. I don't think they're charging me right. Let me look at this bill and see where I can send my billing dispute, right? It's called a notice of billing error. That's what it's called. Y'all want actionable steps? These are actionable steps. Y'all not getting this on YouTube. This is strictly for the community. Y'all not going to get this on, y'all not going to find it on YouTube. You're not going to just Google it, okay? Notice of billing error is what it's called. That's the title of the document that you're going to send to these people. On the back of your bill, there's an address, and it say, hey, if you have a discrepancy or you find an error in your bill, send your notice of billing error to this address. That is the exact address you're going to send it to. All right. Now, what do you need in that notice? What do you need in that notice? You're going to need, of course, to identify yourself. You're going to need your name. You're going to need the address, right, of the company. You're going to need the account number, all that good stuff. And you're going to put in the bill that's wrong. Now, for me, am I frozen? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Now, for me, I dispute the whole bill. If I'm disputing the bill from November, I'm disputing November bill, I'm disputing December bill, and I'm going to dispute January bill. All the bills getting disputed. Why? Why, Jamal? Why would I do that? A couple of things happen when you send in this notice. And remember, you got to do it in writing. You can't do it over the phone, but only do that after you sent it in writing. Once you do it in writing, that is where your rights kick in. Doing it over the phone is cute, is nice, it may be a little faster, but it doesn't give you any actual rights. It has to be done on paper, right? So this is what happens when you send in this thing. Once you send it in, you are not liable for that bill. I'm going to say it again. When you send in this notice of billing error, you are not liable for the bill. That means you don't have to pay the bill. You don't have to pay it. I mean, we get really spicy. If you short that month, let me keep it 100. If you short that month and you know you don't got the money for that bill, and you can send in this notice, which is going to means that you're not liable for the bill that month because you're disputing it. So they got 30 days to respond to your notice. They got 30 days to respond to that notice. So if you know you don't got the money for the bill and you send in the notice for that bill, it's going to take them about 30 days to respond to you for that bill. Now, other side of financial literacy, if anybody know how to stretch a dollar a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do with that information. But I'm just saying, you can dispute the bill and you're not liable for it that month. You're not liable for the bill until they do a proper investigation of the bill, and they have to send you the results of their investigation to substantiate that the bill is accurate. So they have to send you evidence that the bill is accurate. What if they send you evidence and it still doesn't prove that the bill is accurate? Then you send in another notice. And once you send in another notice, you are still not liable for that bill. You still don't have to pay it because you sent them a notice like, hey, y'all keep charging me incorrectly. You didn't do the math right. You didn't do the math right. Here's another notice. I'm still not paying this bill because y'all still didn't prove to me with 100% accuracy, just like Ola said. There are other fees in there that y'all haven't even showed me yet. So no, I'm not paying this bill. Here's another notice. I'm going to dispute it again. Right? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all heard this before. Y'all let me know. Yeah, like somebody talk to me now. Like Teresa, I appreciate you. Like, let me know if this is common knowledge. Y'all already heard this before. You've been on a couple of webinars. You've been in a couple of groups. People already talked to you about this. This not new. This not new. Is this new? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
I'm not gonna hold you, kid. This is not fully new to me, but the way
Right.
you're putting this shit together is a different IP to the same subject. Your intellectual
Right.
properties and how you putting this shit together is definitely a different process. And this is fire. Much
You
gratitude,
know what I
beloved. Much
mean?
gratitude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is how you can use these billing errors, right? This is how you use this information to lower bills and to save money. This is real consumer law. This is not just, oh, I'm not supposed to be late. You can't mark me late. Like that's true. They're not supposed. That's a matter of fact. Let's get into that. Another protection of the notice of
Yes,
billing error.
don't
Another
skip over those
notice.
latenesses, please.
Yes.
Don't skip over that. We need that.
I'm not. I got you. I got you. So, but here's the thing, because everything stacks up. Everything stacks up, right? When you send in the notice and that bill is under investigation, guess what they're not supposed to do? Because it takes them 30 days to investigate. Guess what they can't do if you don't pay that bill? Guess. Anybody? He just mentioned late payments. If I dispute this bill in writing, I sent them a notice of billing error, it's under investigation. Anybody got a good guess what they're not supposed to do?
Mark
Anybody?
it late.
They're not supposed to mark you late. By law, when that bill is under dispute, boom. Amber and Issa, both of y'all are right. That's how powerful this is. This is how powerful real consumer law is. This one law keeps you from getting a late payment. It allows you to negotiate your bill. It keeps them from cutting off your service. It keeps them from charging you late fees. It keeps them from charging you any penalty APR. This one law. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of consumer laws out here that protect us in a bunch of different ways. So when you send in this notice in writing, not over the phone is cute, but it does not protect you. It's cute, but it doesn't give you none of the protections we just talked about. When you send in that notice over the mail, by law, they cannot charge you a late fee. By law, they cannot mark you late on your credit report. By law, they cannot charge you any type of penalty interest rate. By law, you are not liable for the bill while it's being disputed. Is that going to save you money? Y'all let me know.
All right. Y'all could, hey, y'all gotta type the whole way through. Y'all can open that mic. There's, a very nominal number of us because we are a select group of people. Y'all can get on that mic if y'all feel away. Please do. You don't know, Teresa, your mic is a little messed up there. Sound like you're singing.
You connect. Check your Wi-Fi, T. Check your Wi-Fi, Teresa. Check your Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Wait, can you hear us now?
We can hear you, Amber, but Teresa sound like she in the Matrix.
I hear it. She coming over. Hold on. Yeah, she's still talking, but she ain't talking. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she can hear what we can hear. I'm excited that she excited though. Like it's lit. I'm sure she's saying some amazing stuff though. I'm sure I know whatever she's saying is lit right now.
Ma, just come over here.
Bars.
Yes. It is.
Right, bar.
Okay, so let me get on my hold on. Wow.
Well, hold up.
That is super weird. Just talk now. Okay. I'm gonna talk calm because I got too excited. All right. That is the sauce. I'm saying the sauce because I find it fascinating to know that this is like beneath the veil, okay? We were all locked in our ignorance from generation to generation, okay? And to know and think about the struggles my parents had gone through, working from the sweat of their brows, 2 jobs, extra jobs on Christmas time to make it work and make it happen. And maybe we get a Christmas tree. And to know that they've been doing these things, it burned me up, okay? So in that anger, I channeled that anger and was studying these laws. I got the code, but I didn't quite understand it. So I went into some other spaces and got extra confused because what I learned is that either they knew a little bit to hustle you verbally to get you to vest in, or they didn't know it at all. And I said, you're gonna have to take a historical approach on this. And I was in Clubhouse, I'll say where I was. And they were like, no, no history. So then it sent me sailing to read more. And I had 2 court situations where I had to go to court. And I did an indigency statement, and one which was a mediation, and the other one I created myself, a negotiable instrument, and sent it to the lawyer who was suing me. I didn't continue on because I was scared, but I knew the process. So I did on bond paper, certain weight, negotiable instrument with the code, and I think it was a 3 USC. So I wanted them to tender the amount that was owed on that credit card debt, or you come to my house directly for the payment. That's essentially what I said in legal terms, law, following the law and the codes. So what you're saying is the protocol, and I have a technical background. So it's like one step off, you don't get it, get kicked back. But if you are being taught that don't know what they're doing, you can't refer back to them. And you're putting your signature on this document if you're doing it. So I learned from Aaron, don't sign it with your signature, type your name, because that's where it counts. So for me, learning this and learning these processes, the administrative process, like you said, it is a lot. It's just not only mind-boggling, blowing, but it's something that we all should take hand to do it for empowerment, self-sustainability, and don't F with me.
Right.
And I'm done.
And that's what it's all about. And that's why these are consumer protection laws. It's
correct.
Literally, that's what they're for, is to protect us. Because None of these companies want us to know this. And you were extra spicy, Teresa, with the bond paper. Listen, I'm surface level. I know how to make sure that these companies don't get over on me, right? The bond paper, come to it. Like, come on, y'all. Clap it up for her. That's extra spicy, extra sauce. Don't act like I wasn't listening, because I'm about to go buy me some bond paper. Definitely, because I already got the templates for
Yeah, son.
negotiable instruments.
It's a certain,
Already
it's a
got the
certain way.
templates.
It's a
I got
certain way.
everything.
It's
Listen, you talking to the right one. You shared the info with the right person. Everybody about to get some bond paper out this bitch. Matter of fact, I'm issuing a notice. I want everybody, I'm issuing. So I'm gonna go ahead and file a claim against the company's bond so they could just pay me straight from their bond insurance. Okay. Listen, right? There's a process for everything, y'all. The rabbit hole gets so deep, you can spend the rest of your life learning this stuff and leveraging it to your ability, because we're all operating under commerce. All of these different laws are to protect us as consumers operating in commerce. But these companies aren't going to tell you that these laws exist, and the little bit that they give you is only to help themselves. Okay, so let me go a little bit deeper, and I always like to make sure I get the right information. Always want to make sure if I say it wrong, I'm going to correct myself, right? So I want to make sure I make some corrections. Okay, so when it comes to exactly, so they have 30 days to acknowledge that they received your complaint. Okay, they have 30 days to do that. Then they have 90 days, 3 months to complete the investigation. Now, as you see here, just like I mentioned, when this is in dispute, you are not liable. They have 90 days to investigate. They have 90 days to investigate. While they're investigating, you're not liable. So if you don't have the bread for that bill, if I don't got bread for a bill, I'm just going to dispute the bill. I don't know about y'all, but if I don't got the bread for it, why get the late payment when I can just dispute the bill? Because I already know, just like my brother Ola said, the bill 90% of the time ain't right. And guess
Time
what?
out.
Don't have, hold on,
Time
I
out.
gotta make it clear.
Go
You
ahead.
don't have to pay the bill while it's under investigation. So if it takes them 3 months to figure out if this bill is right, you're not paying that bill for 3 months.
Now, do they hit you with the 3 months that you did not pay?
No. So thank you for asking that. So boom, here we go. During 90 days to complete the investigation, during this 90 days, they are not allowed to try to collect the payment. They're not allowed to charge you interest. They are not allowed to report it as late. So them doubling back and being like, oh, hey, we're going to go ahead and triple the fucking amount. If you come back to me and you say I owe you triple, what you think I'm going to do? We just spoke about a billing. If I send you a billing dispute and you come back and say I owe you 3x the amount, I'm going to dispute that too. What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we talking about?
No
I'm
phone
going to
bill the whole
dispute that
year.
too. Listen. I'm a paperwork motherfucker. It's part of my language. But if we're going to do the paperwork, listen, we're going to do the paperwork. I got the template ready. We already know we're going to send a dispute. We already know they're going to come back and say, oh, the bill was accurate. We already know that. Like, we know they're going to do that. So I'm just going to send that joint again. And I'm still not liable under the FBCPA. Exactly. The paperwork makes the paperwork. Oh, you always triple now. How, Sway? Notice a billing error. Just type in there. How, Sway? Question mark. Send that shit. Right? So let me show y'all something real quick, because also I want to tie this in and show you another actionable step that you can use. So I actually created it's called a consumer assistant. This is an extension on ChatGPT that I use to help me with different things, right? So these are some things here, right? So boom. So, we got data breaches, right? T-Mobile, I have T-Mobile, has a data breach. I say, hey, consumer assistant because I've uploaded the various laws into my consumer assistant. I built it out, gave it a database of over like 50 different consumer laws. What's going like what's going on? How can I sue these people? Boom, it's breaking it down. This is what you need to do. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's going to tell me right here, right? Then I said, listen, write the communication for me, and I want them to pay me two bands for it. And I want them to pay me 2 bands after you broke it all down. What they do? What this joint do for me? Wrote it. I don't got to think no. You don't have to think no more. It did it for me. It did it for me. Then gave me a nice little remember, blah, blah, blah. This is just the first step. You can always, and guess what? I'm going to send this joint out. They're going to respond, and we just keep the cycle rolling, right? So that's just one. This is just one way to use this, okay? Let me show y'all another one. And y'all see I got a lot of little things, right? IRS communications, like whatever you need. If you're not on GPT time, I don't know what time you on right now. That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Billing error. Here we go. Boom. That's what I wanted to see. Right? So here we go. You give it all the information. Put all look, this all the situation right here, throw that in my letter. Put it in my letter. Matter of fact, this is what they said to me. You can put the response from the company. Boom, copy and paste it, have it, boom, right? So if y'all really want to know how to do this without necessarily having to think of every little thing to say, exactly how to format it, we can set up a time where we can have a whole session. You can let me know what your situation is. We can go through, use ChatGPT, use the consumer assistant, and we can go into how to break this down, right? So that you can get the results that you want without having to read every single law, right? Because Teresa, I know she sounds like she's been in the game for a minute. What if the bill is under your business? So that's going to be different because these are consumer laws. A business bill is going to be a little different. That's definitely going to be a situation where we can discuss how to negotiate that bill and who to talk to in regards to negotiating, right? I'm looking for it right now. And y'all see the ECOA. ECOA is the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Now, this is when companies deny you credit. If you ever got a credit denial, even if they close a bank account, that's an ECOA violation because believe it or not, even opening a banking account, they still pull your credit. There are entire credit reporting agencies that look at how many bank accounts you have and how you open them, right? Okay, so hold on. Let me see. It's an older one I'm looking for, y'all. My bad. Y'all all in my business right now. Y'all see, I use this thing for everything. FDCPA, that's the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. My bad. I'm looking for, here we go. Boom. So I dispute my T-Mobile bill, right? Because T-Mobile has outages, okay? So part of your Fair Credit Billing Act, anybody can use this for any cell phone bill. Your cell phone, right, that's what I'm saying. Listen, this is what I do, right? Your cell phone, at any given time, your cell phone company has outages that they don't tell us about. They do not tell us about these outages, okay? If you ever had, and this is for any utility, but I'm gonna start with cell phones because we all got cell phones. If there's an outage, they're not supposed to charge you for the outage because you weren't able to utilize the service during the outage. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So when there are outages, right? Whether it's any bill, water, electricity, Comcast, T-Mobile, whoever, when there's an outage, they're not supposed to charge you for the outages. Now, has anybody had a bill where they voluntarily reduce your bill because there was an outage? Excuse me. Let me know. Has anybody seen like, oh, hey, y'all, thank you so much. Did you get credit on your bill? Amber, they gave you credit on your bill for the outage? That's amazing. Who you with? Let me know. If you did not, a water break. Oh yeah, the water company good with that because normally they give you like a bill every 3 months or something like that, right? Some is every month. But I tell you this, your cell phone company, they don't give you a credit on your bill. It's up to you to call them or to write them to tell them about that outage and that you were affected so that they could give you all of them, any utility. If you don't have service for that utility, they're not supposed to charge you for it, period. Any utility, anything that's a service-based utility. If you don't have full capacity to use that service, they're not supposed to charge you for it. That is a billing error. When my T-Mobile goes out, because this was like 2022, I told them, hey, give me all the outages that happen in my area. They gave me all the outages that happen in that area, right? Then at that time, I was like, well, in that case, how do I use 1666B? Right? Put it all together so that they can then, I had ChatGPT just write a letter to T-Mobile for me. I had T-Mobile, I had ChatGPT write a letter to me for me. I sent it to T-Mobile, right? I sent it to T-Mobile, and T-Mobile covered my bill. I just send them a notice every month. Sometimes they cover the whole bill. Sometimes they just give me a nice little discount, and I just pay 50% of my bill because they never tell you when they have an outage. But I know to look it up every single month because every single month they have an outage. And every single month they get a notice of billing error from me with evidence showing what outages were and how was it impacted by that outage and how I need my bill covered because y'all breaking the law because you did not reduce my bill. Yeah, I use ChatGPT to help me figure this stuff out. So, if you guys are interested in learning more things of that nature, we could definitely go through your situation. If there's a company or you guys want to tap in and learn more about the consumer assistant, we can always set up a consultation and we can talk about your situation. If it's an auto loan, we can go through some of your situations and see maybe if you are being affected by some of these things, right? And we can put it in here, right? I even have it so even if you're confused about a legal document, we can copy and paste the legal document in here. Hey, break this down to me as if I'm a 5-year-old, and it will do that, okay? Now, the SCRA, I want to talk about this a little bit. The Service Member Civil Relief Act. This is an amazing law for anybody that's in the military.
1 second, Mo. I apologize.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to please, y'all hear all of these laws. You guys are in the school system, whether you are evolutionary already or you're there for the 30 days. Take the opportunity. The brother is giving out an opportunity one time because he's a part of the community as well. He told me he wanted to give back to the community. So please take the opportunity as the brother's willing to give it, because today's price is not yesterday's price next week or tomorrow. If y'all get my drift as we kicking the wind, you heard? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so for everybody that's already in school, you can definitely tap in with me within the Evolutionary Minds community. In the Evolutionary Minds community, My name is Jamal Johnson, my actual government, right? And for the Evolutionary Mind community, we can set up a 30-minute call. Now, if you're interested in a full-blown consultation, that's an hour or more, depending on the situation, right? And I'm happy to send you guys the link for that. But for anybody, for the exclusive opportunity for a 30-minute call directly through Evolutionary Minds, you can find me within the school group and just shoot me a message. Okay? Just shoot me a message. That sounds good? Y'all let me know. I'm here for y'all, right? Now, we got anybody that's in the military? Yeah. Matter of fact, let me take a pause here. I know that was a lot of information, a lot of information. Any questions? I know we've been going for like an hour. Teresa hopped on. She talked about any questions about anything we were speaking about regarding the Fair Credit Billing Act or even usury laws or yeah. Now, Teresa, I ain't gonna hold you. When it comes to reading, I ain't like chat will read for you. Okay, cool. Great. So I think Amber, you brought up the SCRA. So you already know that your husband doesn't pay credit card fees. So if he doesn't have an American Express Platinum, perfect time to get one. If he doesn't have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, perfect time to get one. Teresa, what you doing? What you doing? No, we got technology now. You don't even got to try and figure all this stuff out anymore. You can throw it into chat. Chat will do it for you. If you got Chat GPT 4, because that's the platform that my assistant is built off of, Chat GPT 4, whatever you need to know. Yeah, you can tell it. How do I like right here? First one, how do I understand this legal document? Help me with this consumer issue. What are the steps for this legal process? Can you explain my consumer rights? Right? So yeah, go ahead, switch over to 4. Once you have ChatGPT 4, then you can start using the consumer assistant. If you're not on 4, you can't use it directly, but we can always set up a call and then we can type in, figure out your situation and put into chat to the consumer assistant and let it do the work for us. Exactly. And you can just let it do the work for us, right? So with the SCRA, yeah, with the SCRA, the great thing is that it protects you in a lot of different ways. One, you want to put that if you're deployed or active military, you definitely want to notify all of the credit bureaus to let them know that you're deployed and active because it'll put a special alert on your credit report. The next thing is that you aren't charged any credit card fees. Now, I'm going to give y'all some sauce. So even if you're not in the military in OLA, you definitely going to want to need to know this. And I found this out. It's all good. So not being charged credit card fees also includes no credit app, none, no. So those annual fees on your credit card, like the 95, the 250, the 395, the 695, active military don't pay those fees, or they're not supposed to. But you have to notify your credit card company that you're active military. The other thing is that your interest rates, going back to these usury laws, right? Everything is connected, y'all. Everything is connected. It caps out at 6%. You're not supposed to be getting charged more than 6% as military personnel on any type of interest-bearing loan. So if you're paying 20%, 19%, 16%, they need to know you're active military or that your father, your grandmother, whoever is active military. So they're not getting hit with them crazy ass fees. Now, if you thinking like an evolutionary and you have people that are active military and you know that you are good with your bills, but you don't like paying that high interest rate, I mean, if they're okay with being a co-owner of a loan or a credit card, you can get your interest rate chopped down. So, but
Hold
yeah,
on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. My boy.
man.
Slow down, my youth. Yo, listen.
I
Bro,
was stopping right there. I was stopping with that one. Is
yo,
that
I got a
recorded? Don't
sister.
put that, don't leave that in the recording. Take that part out. Take that part out.
Yo, I got a sister that's active military right now. You telling me if I put her on any loan or credit card, I could chop down my interest rates in half?
Yes.
What the all right,
Let
go
me
ahead,
tell
boy.
you, because
So
when calling,
yeah.
some of them may tell you, oh, that he has to be or she has to be the primary. I had that problem one time. And so what I did was I just canceled mine and then had him under it, or have him make one and then make me as the secondary. So I'm just letting you know what I had to do.
As an evolutionary, there's always a way to get it done.
Thank you.
Hola, can you see my screen, my brother?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You see that? You see that highlighted right there?
Reduce. Let me get my read on. Protection number one, reducing the interest rate on any pre-service loans to maximize of the maximum of 6%. My bad.
6%. You paying 20%. This say maximum of 6%. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna find somebody that's in the military and we gonna become best motherfucking friends. We related. Because I'm paying 14% on something. And hold up, you military? So I can get this down to 6%? Bet. Bet. Not a problem. Not a problem. Let's cut a deal. Let's make a deal right now. I'm about to save, I'm about to save goddamn what, 8% annually? Yeah, let's make a deal. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Right? Protection number two, protections against default judgments in civil cases. And this is for service members. Right. Protection against foreclosure on their homes. Foreclosure on their homes, y'all. Repossession of property. And it's crazy because our military doesn't know about this. Our military don't know that they're protected in this way. We have too high of a homeless, a homeless veteran population. Too high. And they have all these protections. They don't even know that these exist. Termination of residential housing and automobile leases without penalties for all of our active duty. These are powerful protections that everyone in the military needs to know about. If you know somebody in the military, you should all bucks be like, yo, I know for a fact I can save you $15,000 right now and keep you from getting your car repossessed and from keeping your house getting foreclosed on solely because you're active military. Instantly. And if
So
you can't
hold
break
on,
it
bro.
down,
They could avoid default on bills. I'm not saying this, my people. We are recording, so you know we speak directly professional, sort of here. They running off on bills over this? Like they could really run from the plug on this? Low key, high key, some key? Is that what I heard earlier? That they could avoid being chased by a chase for the bag? Is that
if you're
true?
active military, active duty, and some things come up financially, and for whatever reason, as an active duty member, you fall behind, and it happens that you're coming up for foreclosure, you're coming up for repossession. Unless you waive your rights to these protections, you are protected. So Amber, she wants to give an example. Amber, you should be able to come off mute, right?
Yeah, I was just making sure I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
For example, my mom moved from New York and I knew about the SCRA laws.
So what I did was, we have her storage unit, but it's in my husband's name. There were times where we're behind to the point where they say like, oh, it's about to be under auction. So I make sure that they remember, hey, he's active duty military. You can't do that. So there was a time where we were like,
It expired.
yeah, so his active duty paperwork expired. So they were trying to say that it was going to go under auction. I was like, oh, no. So then I called him, and I wasn't able to get in contact with him. So then I got in contact with his officer, and then I was able to get his active duty paperwork, and then I just sent it to them, and then they cut off that lock, and they can't put it under auction. Mind you, it was like 4 or 5 months late. So
that's how you do it. And that's another reason why when some folks are like, oh, they didn't give me the exact process. It's never going to be a straight line. You have to know the law. Then it's up to you to evolve and have that evolutionary mindset where you're like, you know what? I know this is the law. I know I'm protected in this way. Let me do what I need to do to make sure I stay protected. That's why not everybody's going to have that exact situation. You may have to do something else. But as long as the active is under the active duty member's name, they have those protections, right? So I love the SCRA. I share this information with as many active duty members as possible, especially my young brothers that's just enrolling, because they have no idea, none, zero idea. So if y'all got any, younger siblings, cousins, etc., that's going through this, absolutely. And like I said, man, tap in with me in school. We could do a 30-minute. If you want to get deeper, we can absolutely set up a deeper consultation. Let's leverage ChatGPT. Let's leverage this technology. This is a custom built GPT by me, where we can go through your consumer situation and see what laws we can put to our use to leverage it. Claiming your credit, that's just one use. But we also talking about living as close to free as possible, right? We can reduce our expenses. We can reduce our bills. We can get free stuff. I didn't even talk about how to get free travel using consumer law, right? That's a whole other thing. We just spent an hour just on how to not pay your bill lawfully. No scams necessary, no 1099s, no telling them that you are the original consumer, none of that shit. Because we're not. That doesn't even hold up in court. Telling the judge you're the original consumer, that doesn't hold up in court. No one cares. No one's going to believe it. But you say, hey, I sent in this notice of billing error, and they still charge me late fees. I sent in this notice of billing error. They still marked me as late. I sent in this notice of billing error, and I still was charged a penalty interest. Now you got a case. Now there's something you can work with. Now you're going to get an email from Experian like, hey, we'll settle this and we'll give you a couple of dollars and we'll suppress it off your credit report, because they already know. They know they didn't do a proper investigation, right? So we can always set that up. That's not a problem. Just hit me up. Y'all let me know, Ola, y'all let me know how we looking on time. I know normally we give like an hour. There's always more sauce to give. Y'all let me know.
I mean, bro, I know you probably, I don't know if you're traveling yet. I don't know what you got going on, but I don't want to kidnap you. But in the
Word.
same token, it's really it's your world, kid. So we already passed our hour. We an hour and 12 minutes in. Do you want to give a little bit of sauce on that traveling, and then we could just curl the night, or how you feeling, bro? Because it's really on you.
Got you. Yeah, it's still early. I did make my travel, right? So let's say, boom. Look, America got expensive, man. I had to escape, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm probably gonna be out this joint for a little bit. Cause it's way cheaper than Miami. It's way cheaper than DC. It's the average price of a house in DC is 600K right now. 600. That's crazy.
I don't even want to tell you what Miami looking like, bro. It's
Bro,
nasty out here.
it's crazy.
Baby New York.
So let's talk about it. Travel protections for consumers, right? We are protected as consumers, right? Delayed flight, especially with flights. Delayed flight, FAA, I think it was called, American Association. Right. So one thing, every airline has its own built-in consumer protections. Now it's called different things under their particular contract. Every ticket that you buy is a contract. I just want to put that out there. Every time you buy a ticket with an airline, it is a contract. You are agreeing to the terms and conditions of the contract that is your flight ticket. Also know that every individual airline has their own what they call Bill of Rights, or Delta calls it a customer commitment. Now, these are publicly available documents that you can always look up at any given time, right? But just here, first line, didn't click no links. Customer commitment, Delta Airlines. We know it, Delta, bougie Delta. We know Delta One with the laid back seats. We will compensate you for reasonable expenses due to a delay in delivery of domestic flights. We don't got to do no weird, no special scams, no special backflips, no special trick talking, nothing. Straight from Delta. Very first line on Google. Compensate you reasonable expenses due to the delay for domestic flights. So if your flight's delayed, you can be compensated. Now, what does that compensation look like? It can be broken down in a lot of different ways. So if it's 3 hours, if your flight is 3 hours delayed or more, then you can get a full refund for your flight. If your flight is delayed and you have to stay overnight, you can get a voucher for food and for the hotel. Okay? Food and hotel. If your bag is damaged during travel, you can get reimbursed for an entirely new bag. We're talking about free luggage. So I'm not saying you can do this, but I'm saying in the past, what I've done is I'll take a flight. After the flight, I submit a claim that my bag was damaged. I go buy another bag from Toomey or Marshalls or whatever, and I submit a receipt for the price of the suitcase that I just bought. They reimburse me for the suitcase. I go and return the suitcase that I just bought. And I keep the compensation. Little life hack for you. Nice little, quick little $100 for no apparent reason. Because you understand consumer law. Just because you understand how the system goes. What's a little $100 between friends? What's a little $100 between friends? You feel me? What's another little thing? If you into travel using consumer law, yep, submit that receipt with a claim, get your money back. That's how you do it. It's in their Bill of Rights. It's in their customer commitment. And the protections that you get, they get better if you stay loyal. So everyone sign up for their loyalty programs, earn your stripes with their loyalty programs. They're going to take even better care of you when you have an issue. But that's how you can get reimbursed for that. Very easy. Not hard. Not hard at all. Take a picture of the receipt, submit that junk. Exactly. Right. So even if you just want to get a couple of free points, right? If your bag is delayed, okay? So if you're waiting for you take a flight, you waited 20 minutes or more to get your bag. My bag always takes longer than 20 minutes. Always takes longer than 20 minutes. One time, it never even made it to my destination. Never made it to my destination. You can submit a claim and they'll compensate you for having a bag delay. They'll either give you points that you can use for a flight, or they'll give you like some kind of voucher or something, 10, 20, 30, $50 or whatever. Right. Right. That's a delay. They're also supposed to compensate you for that. Get your points. You get your points. Okay. This point forward, nobody should be like, I ain't get my points, because now. Remember, get the points. Submit. Matter of fact, go online right now and submit your claim and still get your points. Get them. Submit the claim, get the points, right? That's how easy that is. It don't matter, Teresa. It don't matter. Put that the joint was from yesterday. It don't matter. They don't know. They don't really care. It doesn't matter. It don't cost you nothing. Do it. Throw it in there. Throw it up in there. You feel me? Get these points, right? So these are just a couple of different ways that you can get paid using consumer law, consumer protections on your flights. And it's no secret. You just have to know that it exists. Right. You just have to know that it exists, and you just have to be willing to take those action steps and do those actions. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? Everyone should be getting something from a flight now. Everybody should be starting getting some points, a free bag, free lunch, an overnight stay. Everybody should be getting something right now from a flight. Everybody should be getting something right now from a flight. If your flight is delayed more than 3 hours, you should be getting something for a flight. Right? Like just like this here, boom. Normally, now I'll say this. This is their little caveat. If it's weather, they're going to act like they can't do nothing. But if it's anything else, they're going to give you some kind of compensation. Right. So I want to stop there, y'all. Listen, to piggyback on top of this, definitely credit card, get yourself some travel credit cards. I got a couple of referral links if you want those. But yeah, man, I wanted to share that. I think I touched on everything, man. That they always going to play with you. Don't let them play with you no more. Don't let them play with you no more. You know what I'm saying? And Teresa, I know you heard this. People talk that high level. Oh, we offer the gold standard. And what they say? Oh, you are the original consumer. We're backed by the gold standard. Money doesn't mean anything. That's cool. That don't help me pay no bills. We not backed by the gold standard, but I'm still getting a bill. What am I gonna do about this bill? Remittance don't work. You gotta know the whole process to do remittance properly. And if you haven't read UCC, you ain't about to get nothing remitted. But guess what? You know how to do but guess what? Right now, what everybody here know how to do now. Everyone here should know about the Fair Credit Billing Act. Everyone here should know about the Fair Credit Billing Act. Everyone should know how to use that to lower your bills. Or at least if you feeling like, because it's a recession right now. It's a recession right now. If you feeling like you feeling a squeeze on your finances and you need a little bit more time, then everyone should be putting this Fair Credit Billing Act into action. Buy yourself some time. Write that notice. Put that notice in the mail. Buy yourself some more time so that you're not liable for that bill. Buy yourself some more time. Get yourself a lower bill. Tell them that the bill was wrong. using the Fair Credit Billing Act and get your bill lowered. Like, that's it. And it's any bill. It could be T-Mobile. It could be your mortgage. It can be a car note. It can be a personal loan. It could be a student loan. It could be a cash advance loan. This is for any bill, period. Any bill, period. That's what I'm saying. We got to evolve, y'all. Evolutionary minds. This is billing act. A mortgage is a bill. A mortgage is a bill. Is a mortgage a bill or is it not a bill? Y'all let me know. Is the mortgage a bill or is it not a bill? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Bill,
It's a
hurry.
big, right? Okay. I just want to make sure we on the right path.
It's
Because if
crazy.
it's a bill, it falls under the Fair Credit Billing Act. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter where the bill is from, who issued the bill. It's a bill. You can dispute it. Medical bills, people getting crushed by medical bills. Dispute that shit. Any bill. Somebody name it. Somebody throw out another bill. Medical bill, mortgage. We got that. So
Car note.
car note, that's a bill. And with your car note, make sure them bammers not overcharging you interest. What's the maximum interest rate? Make sure they're not charging you for your state. Make sure that the interest rate you get in charge is the legal amount of interest you can be charged in your state. Usury law. Because you put both of these together, usury law, Fair Credit Billing Act, you wiping out bills lawfully, legally. When you get that statement, when you get for student loans, when you get that statement in the mail, is that considered a bill? Is that a bill?
Yes. In fact, Jaleesa, you should set up a 30-minute with my brother.
Right.
Because she's in evolutionary mind school as well. So
Lisa,
that'll be
hit
a
me
great
up.
conversation for y'all to have.
Word. Hit me up. I'm in the group. Hit me up. I'm in the group. Any bill that you get, a loan, absolutely a bill. Absolutely a bill. Absolutely. And don't even get me started with student loans, man. Like just how they report on your credit is unlawful. They don't report until you're 90 days late. Like student loans is just everything about student loans is just crazy. That's why right now they're doing so much to try and get rid of them because they know how they operate in this is fraud. They know how they operate in this crazy. Everybody should be asking for an IDR. Everybody should be asking for deferment. Everybody should be asking for forbearance, point blank period. Right? Everybody should be asking for discharge, forbearance, IDRs, PSLF, anything to get them joints up out the way because they know how they rocking them joints is crazy. They know that, right? So yeah, man, Ola, I think I covered everything. We got y'all protected right now. Between these two things, y'all ready. Y'all gonna get free flights, free luggage. Your bills are reduced now. Using actual laws. I told you actually how to use them. No fluff, real actionable steps, right? Even shows you ChatGPT. You can put your situation in ChatGPT, throw it up in there. It'll still spit out the answer for you, right? In our 30-minute consultation, like I said, hit me up. We can go through your whole situation with chat. Let the consumer assistant talk to you, give us some of the answers that we're looking for, clarify these things. Exactly. Yes. Congratulations, Teresa. Yeah. Man, it's always predatory lawsuits going on. You can go right now. We can go here right now. CFPB lawsuit. You just type that in. 35,000 gone. It's beautiful. Consumer rights, y'all, it works. It works. It works. Don't be afraid to step into that arena with these people. Don't be afraid. But yeah, y'all, that's everything I got for y'all tonight. Hola, y'all got anything? Let me know if you got any questions. I definitely look forward to tapping in with y'all in the group. And like I said, 30 minutes. I'll do the first 30 minutes. That's on me. That's just off the strength of being an evolutionary. Anything longer than that, definitely continue to link. Absolutely.
No, for sure, bro. This was great information. Um, what I want to do is I'm gonna hit your line up, one of these days soon. We're gonna talk about creating like a whole something huge for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day we'll run a Webby, you know what I'm saying, and just kill that shit. Cause bro, you still got massive information that people need. And
Right.
honestly, I seem to have a real chokehold on those that just don't know. So it'll be dope to be able to, give this knowledge to the people. And this was great, bro. I really appreciate your time. You just did an hour and a half with us. Um, right after this, we definitely gonna cut this short. I like respecting everybody's Sunday as the first day of the work week, and I know they got things they got to get to. And I know you, my brother, are out in the world having fun. So get to your fun, my boy.
Nah, man, I had to pause everything, tap in the evolutionaries. You know what I mean? I'm an evolutionary, so I always got to make sure I'm in here with my people, man. So, like I said, hit me up in school. The full name is Jamal Johnson. I'm right there in the school. And
Yes, yes.
let's tap in. Let's get this work.
My brother, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Everybody, this information was awesome today. This closes January, which is credit repair month, credit protection month, and just credit in general month, right? If there's any questions that was not answered this month between FICO Father and understanding your FICO factors, me dropping little gems throughout the actual wall that we have in school. Also now with the brother Jamal, please don't hesitate in school to chat me and hit me up. A lot of y'all got my numbers directly. Just hit me up and let me know what exactly it is you need, right? Next month, for the month of February, it's a little shorter, but we're still getting our 2 meetings in. And in those 2 meetings, this month of February is going to be about literal liquidation and growth, like literally turning our credit into opportunities to put it into things like real estate, which we're gonna have the young lady. She's also an evolutionary herself, Shanita Hester, coming on to teach how to liquidate that credit into cash and get tax deeds, properties. Properties under 20K that's worth maybe 180, 200, things of that nature, and just understanding how to liquidate this business and corporate credit and putting yourself at a leverageable situation to be able to create the actual cash flow for yourself, as well as I'm gonna be going off as well on how to get paid by using your credit, literally making money by using your credit the right way, not liquidating it and then doing MS plays. That's not what I'm talking about. That is how you make money on credit, by MSing. But we're not talking about MSing, my people. Next month, I'm literally gonna be teaching y'all how to liquidate that credit and turn it into a bag. And we're gonna realize that the World Wide Web is the World Wide Web for a reason, and it does not shut off. So we are gonna be talking very spicy on Black History Month. We're gonna call it Reparations Month, because that's what we doing, y'all. We reparating. You heard? I hope to see all of you guys in the next 2 meetings in February. Facto. Trying to get this camera right. But anybody got any questions, any concerns? Everybody good? Sounds like we did our job. Everybody quiet. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yo, Maul, once again, thank you, my brother. You enjoy your night. And we are now logging off. Everyone, remember, evolve.